on this computer. And hello, everyone. It is Robert McPhee, and welcome to day number 1 of the Prosperity Game. I'm here with my good friend, my colleague, my mentor, my mensch, if that's a word, Scott McCurdy, who I am thrilled is co-hosting this game with me. My first experience with co-hosting. We have all sorts of stuff designed and set up for you guys as we're playing this game for the first time. And Scott is also in Canada, so we officially have our very first international version of the Prosperity Game, which I'm super excited about. Scott will be doing all of the Canadian translation for those of you who need it. And today, like we said, is day 1, and the game is very, very simple. Below in this message, you will find a check for $500. And to play the game, all you do is you click on the link to the private Facebook group, which hopefully you've already joined. We had a little bit of a glitch with me sending out the wrong link to a previous Prosperity Game, but the correct link is below to go to the Facebook group. If you haven't yet joined, request to join, and as soon as your request is approved, which we'll be watching it over the course of the next couple of days very closely, then you can post your answers to the 2 simple questions. Number 1 is, where did your money come from? Did you earn it? Did you find it? Was it a gift? It's completely up to you. And question number 2 is, what are you going to do with that money? Are you going to spend it, invest it, save it, give it away? Again, completely up to you. You get to choose. The only caveat we put out is that we invite you to play as if your unsecured debt, your credit cards and things like that, are already paid off, so that you get the full experience from the very beginning of playing the game. And each time you get one of these messages, you're going to get a message from either me or both Scott and I, and we're going to be providing some insights because we've both played this game multiple times before, and we want you to have the opportunity to get the most possible value from your experience. So today's insight is that there is a tremendous amount of value in connecting with the people who are playing the game with you. So what we invite you to do when you do your post is to just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do, something that's of interest to you, and just start that process of connecting with other people who are playing the game. And I know, like I said, Scott, you've played this game several times before. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about what your experience has been with connecting with other people that you either knew already before or even met through the process of playing the Prosperity Game.
Yeah, absolutely, Robert. So thanks so much. One of the reasons I really love this game and really wanted to play again is that, you know, the introductions, the ability to connect, find common ground with one another, you know, other players that are playing the game is, you know, long after the Prosperity Game's over, I still have friends that I've never met, you know, on Facebook, but that I work with, that I reach out to, that support me and I support them, you know, in spite of the fact that we've never met physically. And I really hope that, I mean, these connections are that, you know, are that good that I really hope at some point that our paths will physically cross. You know, there's work that we've done, you know, networking, supporting each other, even just, you know, getting some really positive, you know, posts on Facebook from people that I've made friends with through the Prosperity Game. So it's just one simple example, you know, of how powerful it is to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about yourself, and then everybody else that's doing that, you'll start to connect with, you know, and resonate with, you know, different folks that are playing the Prosperity Game. So yeah, great idea, Robert. You know, as we kick this off, you really just, you know, let people know who you are. And it's nice. It personalizes the game as well.
Absolutely. Yes. And the other thing we want to make sure you know is if you want to invite people to play, you can continue to do that through the first week of the game. And after that, we actually do cut it off because the experience of the game is very different if you jump in the middle. But if you know people who you think would get value from this experience, feel free to send them to, again, there's a link at the bottom of this message where they can go, they can sign up to play the game. And if they are jumping in on the 2nd day or even the 3rd day, it'll work out just fine. But we don't want them to get too deep into the game. And then the final thought I would share with people, and Scott, I know you've heard me say this many times before, we call this the Prosperity Game And oftentimes games we think of as like a winning or losing proposition. But Scott, maybe you can tell people the only way to lose the prosperity game. Do you remember what the only way to lose is?
Yeah, it's to not play, and
Exactly.
to not play full out.
Yep. Yep. So there really are no losers in the game. The only way to not win is to not play, and it's super simple. It only takes a couple of minutes. It is a really amazing opportunity to explore your own self-imposed limitations and beliefs in the area of money. So please make a commitment to actively join us. Scott and I will be playing right along with you, and we're looking forward to sharing this experience of the prosperity game over the next 4 weeks. Any final comments from you, Scott?
Just really underline the play full out. If you start to run into some resistance around money, you really want to first of all talk with the folks that are in the Facebook group. Let them know that you're struggling, and reach out to Robert and I if it's really bad and you're about to quit. Push through. And the other thing is that it's just a game. This is silly. I don't even know why I'm having any resistance around the this money. That's great. Really get into it. Just like when you're reading a really good book or you're immersed in a really good movie where you actually feel like you're part of the movie. Do that with this game. You really participate as if the money is real and the money's coming in. It's like anything in life. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. So really, get that, creative energy going and play full out. I think that's probably the biggest thing. And also too, just a little footnote, if you're having any technical issues, whether you're not receiving checks or, there's other problems going on, don't suffer in silence. Reach out to Robert and I. Let us know that you're having some problems, and we'll do our best to solve those technical problems, or make suggestions where those problems could be. It could be a spam filter, or something like that. So, we're here. We're your facilitators, and so we really want to help you to succeed. But absolutely,
Yes, for sure.
150% play full out.
Yep. And it really is fun. And Scott's right. If you're coming up against any resistance or if you're having any issues, feel free to reach out. I wouldn't have asked Scott to do this with me or kind of said yes to his request actually to do this with me if I didn't know that he made a commitment to make himself accessible just as I do when I'm facilitating the game. So neither one of us is one of those people who has 12 different gatekeepers you need to get through in order to reach us. So if you are having any kinds of issues, either with what's coming up while you're playing the game or the technology or whatever it might be, please feel free to reach out to us. We will do whatever we can to get it resolved for you and keep you on track so it does work for you to win, if you will, at the game by making it all the way through these 4 weeks and getting to the finish line, joining us on that debrief call at the end of the game and sharing your story of what your experience was playing the prosperity game. So again, it's day one. Your check is $500. Now might be a really great time to click on that link below, go over to the Facebook page, let us know where your money came from and what you're going to do with it. And we look forward to interacting with you and sharing this experience of playing the prosperity game. Have a great day, everyone. We'll see you again on Wednesday.